Today I'm gonna show you my absolute favorite way to meal prep salads. Now, most of you know that I've lost over 100 pounds. I've been maintaining my weight for over 15 years, and salads have been a huge part of my life. Of course, I always make sure that protein is incorporated. I definitely live like a protein-focused life. I feel like it's a way that it keeps me from snacking so much and just really helps nourish my body. So I have the ingredients laid out for our first salad. We are gonna be making the dressings on the side. And remember, dressings are super important because if you're buying dressings, store-bought dressings, they are more than likely being made with inflammatory oils that, are just not the healthiest. I mean, sure, once in a while, no big deal, but if you're gonna be making them at home, why not make them with the best ingredients that are just as delicious, if not better? So we are gonna start off with like an Asian-inspired shrimp salad. The thing that I love to do is use mason jars. I feel like it's super convenient. They look beautiful. You store them in your fridge. When you're ready to eat them, just bring them out. Yeah, like you're just gonna pour them right onto your plate. Okay, now with a mason jar salad, you always wanna add the dressing at the bottom because you want your veggies and everything on top to stay as crispy as possible for as long as possible. So we're gonna start off with our dressing. We are making a ginger sesame dressing. Just doing about a 1/4 cup of avocado oil. And of course, I'm gonna leave the recipe linked for you guys. You can go make this. We have a little vinegar, a little coconut aminos. Then we have our toasted sesame oil. And we have some fresh garlic, so just a little clove of garlic. You can mince it so that it's just like, you don't have those chunks going on. And then we have some honey, give it that touch of sweetness. And I use a sugar-free honey, which I'll leave linked in the description below for you. I also have a discount code, which is low carb love. And then we have a little sriracha and our sesame seeds. And we're gonna give this a good mix. We're gonna add a little fresh ginger. If you have powdered, ginger, it's gonna be fine. Just feel like the fresh just takes that flavor, up a notch. You can always use garlic powder, garlic ginger, but if you have it fresh, then of course you wanna use fresh. And this is a pretty thick dressing right now, so now you can just add water to your liking. I'm gonna do about 2 tablespoons, but if you want it nice and thick, you could just leave it as is. Yeah, so here's the texture of our dressing. Again, if you want it a little thicker, you totally can. I just like all my veggies and everything to be nicely coated. That's why I like to add a little bit of water, but that's totally optional. So now we're gonna assemble our salad. So we're gonna start by adding our dressing to the bottom of the mason jar. Guys, this is your salad, you're gonna eat it, so you add as little or as much as you want of anything. With a mason jar salad, you always wanna start off with the crunchiest veggies on the bottom because you don't wanna add your lettuce, it's gonna get all soggy. We don't want that, we want crunch. So start off with the purple cabbage. Then we have our Persian cucumber. I love Persian cucumber over, a regular cucumber. I just feel like it's sweeter. I love the crunch. It's just, to me personally, I just love the baby Persian cucumbers. Then we have our cherry tomatoes. We have some roasted honey cashews. That's optional, but it's for the crunch. I love like a salad that has different textures. So I'm just gonna add a few here. You can do your nut of choice, but I think the candied cashews are just everything in life. Then we have some green onion. We're gonna add in our protein. I'm using shrimp for my protein, but of course you can use chicken, steak, whatever you want, or even leave it without any protein. And now adding in our protein, some shrimp that is very seasoned for that flavor. Okay, and once you have all your toppings, then you top it off with your lettuce. And I'm using romaine because again, I like the crunch. But you can literally use whatever you have on hand. Okay, and this is our Asian-inspired salad with our homemade dressing. All right, guys, and before we move on to our next salad, I wanna give Seed a special thank you for sponsoring this part of the video. Now, this is Seed's DS1 Symbiotic. It is a probiotic and prebiotic in one. It's actually a capsule within a capsule. It's one of its kind. It actually makes it all the way down into your colon and feeds all the gut bacteria that needs to be fed down there. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but 70% of our immune system actually lives in our gut. And I do have a discount code, which is Low Carb Love, that gets you 15% off on your whole order. So I'll go ahead and leave it linked in the description below. Now let's go ahead and move on to our next salad. If you guys love chicken tortilla soup, then this salad is for you. We have all the ingredients. Basically, you could almost make a chicken tortilla soup with this, but we're converting this into a salad. And starting off with our dressing, we have a little ranch. Now, of course, if you don't want to do the extra steps, then you can just use ranch. So you can use it alone or throw in these extra ingredients to make it a cilantro ranch dressing. So we have our ranch, a little cilantro, some honey just for a touch of sweetness, just a little honey, and our lime juice. Give this a little whisk. I love cilantro ranch, so I feel like it's gonna go just really perfect with this dressing. I sometimes play around with different dressings with my salads just to, like, you know, switch it up. But for this salad here, you want this dressing. Okay, that's perfect. We're gonna start off by adding our dressing to the bottom of our mason jar. This is nice and creamy. Just do about 2 tablespoons or so. We're gonna start off with our crunchy veggies or anything that's not gonna become soggy. So we're gonna go in with our bell pepper. We have our red and yellow. I love this salad too because it's super colorful. It just looks really pretty. Then we have our beans. So you can use black soybeans to keep it low carb. Black beans will work just as well. If you're not low carb, you don't care about staying low carb, you could also use corn. So this is a great recipe to incorporate corn. It adds a touch of sweetness, also just like another crunch and another texture to the salad. We're trying to keep this pretty low carb, so we're just gonna go with some black soybeans. And then we have our cherry tomatoes. And for a little spice, we have some jalapenos, some cilantro. Okay, we're gonna add in a little queso fresco. That's just like fresh cheese. You can find it pretty much at this point, you can find it at any grocery store. And now we're gonna add in our protein. I'm just using some rotisserie chicken to make my life easier. You can literally add anything at this point or no protein at all. I always make sure to add a lot of protein to my salads because I definitely want to stay, you know, feeling full and satisfied throughout the day. So protein is a must for me. But let's just say you have like something planned for dinner and you're like, I just want kind of something light, like a light lunch, then you don't have to add any protein. And now we're gonna add in our low carb tortilla strips. And then you just top it off with your lettuce. Okay, and we're all done with our Mexican salad. Now moving on to our last and final salad. This is a rainbow salad. Of course, you can see all the gorgeous, beautiful colors. Again, we're just gonna start off with a super, super quick balsamic vinaigrette. I'm sure there are, you know, different ways of making it, but this is just something super simple. I'm just throwing everything right in. So we have a little bit of avocado oil. You can also use olive oil. Then we have some balsamic vinegar, a little salt and pepper. If you guys have a really yummy balsamic vinegar dressing, share that with me in the comments below. And we have some lime juice. And then just because we have the acidity, we are gonna add a little touch of honey. So we're gonna start with our dressing. And we're gonna do the same exact thing. But I just want you to see the different ingredients that goes into this salad. Not only because it is so pretty, but it's also just full of fiber, super nutritious, and like just so beautiful. Look at this. Then we have our fresh blueberries, Persian cucumber, some yellow bell pepper, little carrots. Then we have our cherry tomatoes. We have some sunflower seeds. Now for cheese, you can use either a feta or a parm. For the dressing and all the ingredients, I think I'm gonna go more feta. And then we just top it off with our romaine lettuce. All right, guys, so there you have it, our 3 easy mason jar salads. We have our Asian, Mexican, and our rainbow. I'm gonna go ahead and leave the recipes in the description below. If you guys wanna see more recipes just like this, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you, and I will see you on my next video. Mwah.